Good evening, Zimbabwe. This is Change Radio News. Today is Tuesday, 7 October 2025. The news is read by Divine Nambira. Here are the news headlines. IMF says ZiG currency stability is artificial and overvalued. Eddie Cross raises alarm over wealth inequality in Zimbabwe. And 5 villagers arrested for protesting Chinese water project at Kalope Dam in Hwange. And now the news in detail. The International Monetary Fund says the stability of Zimbabwe's currency, the Zimbabwe gold or ZiG, is artificial. In a new report, the IMF claims the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is heavily intervening to prop up the official exchange rate, making the ZiG overvalued. It says the rate does not reflect market forces as investors expect continued central bank support. The IMF recommends reducing the bank's role to allow the ZiG to find its true market value. Despite the apparent stability, the currency remains little used, with over 70% of the country's money supply still held in foreign currency. Economist Eddie Cross has raised concerns about the extreme wealth inequality and alleged corruption in government circles. Speaking in a recent opinion piece, Cross claims that some senior civil servants are spending up to $2 million on lavish weddings for their children, a stark contrast in a country where public hospitals lack basic medicine and schools struggling with funding. Cross says that billions are being siphoned off through unchecked gold smuggling, fuel scams, and unchecked monopolies. He warns that Zimbabwe has become one of the most unequal societies in the world, with visible luxury for the few and worsening public services for the many. A senior government official has warned that both government and investors must act responsibly in water projects, especially in dry regions like Hwange. This comes after 5 villagers from Liki were arrested for allegedly obstructing a Chinese company from drawing water from Kalope Dam for its power plant without community consent. Presidential spokesperson George Charamba said on X that taking water from fragile semi-arid areas without local approval amounts to robbing communities of a vital resource. The villagers feared the dam could dry up or become polluted like the nearby Leka River, reportedly contaminated by previous Chinese investments. The group, 4 women and 1 man, spent 2 nights in custody and were released on $100 bail each. They face charges including obstructing waterworks and disorderly conduct. 2 former Zimbabwean footballers, Abbas Amidu, formerly of Caps United, and ex-Dynamos defender Ruben Mhlanga, have been arrested for drug trafficking. The pair were caught with around 750 kilograms of cannabis worth an estimated $75,000. Police say the arrest happened on October 3rd along the Kwekwe-Kadoma highway. Bulawayo Town Clerk Christopher Dube is seeking to extend his term of office until the age of 70, following a new government policy allowing senior officials to serve until that age. Dube has written to the mayor and councillors requesting that Council rescind its 2024 resolution on his contract extension. Dube took office in October 2016, succeeding the late Middleton Nyoni. His initial 4-year contract was set to expire in September 2020, but Council has extended it before that date. In February this year, the Council again resolved to give him a further 2-year extension. The city of Harare has received a major boost to its water department fleet with the handover of 17 vehicles from Helcraw Private Limited yesterday. The vehicles are expected to improve operational capacity and enhance water delivery and distribution across the city. This comes as part of a partnership between Helcraw and the city of Harare aimed at improving water production for residents. Finance Minister Mthuli has come under fire from Zimbabweans for failing to disperse budget allocations in full and on time. This has left many government departments struggling to operate effectively, as allocated funds are often eroded by inflation before they are released. The Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Budget and Finance raised the concern after a public hearing in Bindura and Shamva on Monday during the 2026 National Budget consultations. Here's Committee Chairperson Ziwaresekwa MP Edwin Mushoriwa speaking on the issue.
Well, generally, people are coming up with their submissions. Some are frustrated by lack of disbursements. Some are frustrated by lack of progress in respect to certain projects and programs that were budgeted in previous years, which have not seen the light of the day. But they are continuously raising certain pertinent issues, which I think will help in terms of shaping the budget for next year. So we hope their contribution will go a long way in making sure that the public finance management system in this country is enhanced.
The Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Health and Childcare has begun verification visits to rural health centers, starting with Inyati District Hospital in Bubi, Matabeleland North. Led by Honorable Daniel Molokele, standing in for Dr. Thokozani Kupe, the committee is assessing the availability of essential medicines, equipment, and infrastructure, including maternity wards at primary care level. The visits aim to inform policy recommendations and improve rural health care services. However, some citizens remain skeptical, saying such visits often amount to routine oversight with little tangible impact. A renowned Zimbabwean scientist, Professor Gift Mehlana, has been named the 2025 winner of the World Academy of Sciences TWAS Award at a competition held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Professor Mehlana, who is based at Midlands State University, was recognized for his outstanding contributions and expertise in his field. And in news from local communities, thousands of people gathered at Chief Gwesela's homestead in Njombe over the weekend for the annual Mutorera rain-making ceremony, a traditional ceremony held to invoke rains ahead of the farming season. Zambia plans to remove unregistered Kapenta rigs from Lake Kariba, where over 1,500 rigs now operate, well above the 250 limit. Officials warn this threatens fish stocks and violates regulations. Both Zambia and Zimbabwe have exceeded the SADC cap, prompting calls for tougher enforcement. In entertainment news, Harare-based Chitima band has been crowned the 2025 Chibuku Road to Fame national champion. They impressed judges with their unique Afrofusion sound, beating 9 other provincial finalists at Gwesela Stadium in Highfield over the weekend. In international news, thousands took to the streets of Rabat on Sunday in a peaceful march supporting the Palestinian people as the war in Gaza continues. The crowd, made up of lawyers, students, families, and civil society groups, gathered near Parliament, waving Palestinian flags and calling for freedom, relief, and peace for Palestine. Organizers say the demonstration reflects Morocco's lasting commitment to justice and the Palestinian cause. And finally, in sports news, Zimbabwe's national cricket team, the Chevrons, have qualified for the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup after beating Namibia by 7 wickets in the Africa qualifier final at Harare Sports Club. Chasing 167, Zimbabwe reached the target in 19.2 overs to complete an unbeaten run. Coach Justin Simmons praised the team's unity, while Brian Bennett was named both batsman and player of the tournament. The Chevrons now prepare for a T20 series against Afghanistan. To end the news bulletin, here are the headlines once again. IMF says ZiG currency stability is artificial and overvalued. Eddie Cross raises alarm over wealth inequality in Zimbabwe, and 5 villagers arrested for protesting Chinese water project at Kalobe Dam in Hwange. And that concludes our bulletin for the day. We thank you for listening. From myself, Divine Nambira, and the entire team at Change Radio, we wish you a blessed night.